It's noon here in, well, our nation's capital, Washington, D.C., and this is CarEdge Live for Friday, February 7th, with your hosts, me, Ray, and, well, a good-looking guy wearing a beautiful chambray shirt, I might mention. Zach, how are you this afternoon, handsome?
Happy Friday, Pops. I am doing great. So glad you're by my side. Can we get a sound check, folks? Let us know. We're doing the one mic. Let us know. Make sure it sounds A-OK. We have a sponsor for today's show, so we're going to thank our friends at DeleteMe. Link in the top of the description down below. But before we turn our attention to DeleteMe, Dad,
yes,
with you by my side, let's take a moment to talk about CarEdge, putting the edge in car buying, edging your way to your next vehicle. Cars galore with edges and more.
Cars galore with edges and more, giving customers the edge when it comes to buying their next car. CarEdge, your edge.
Can confirm the sound check is working right here, right in the ear. That was beautiful. If we can help you out with anything, folks, check it out, caredge.com.
I have to answer a quick question.
All right, go for it. Answer the
Matthew
question.
Scott, not Squat. Matthew Scott wants to know, is Ray a Phoenix Suns fan? Unfortunately, yes.
Indeed. Dad, the big story that we're going to talk about this morning comes by way of General Motors and Ford. There's all sorts of headlines. This came out of Bloomberg. GM Ford shares are cheap for a reason as risks pile up. Last week, we got General Motors' fourth quarter earnings from last year. And one of the big storylines there was the fact that they were cutting significantly against Cruise, which was their autonomous vehicle driving solution, which I always think is interesting when we see these major corporations invest either tens of millions, hundreds of millions, or billions of dollars into these futuristic ideas. Well, now they're pulling back. And then we just got Ford's quarterly earnings, and they crushed it. But their stock is being hammered because Ford executives have said their outlook for 2025 is not particularly good. Let's break down what's going on for legacy automakers here in the United States. Ford and General Motors, it's kind of getting ugly. Good end of last year, but it's kind of getting ugly.
Well, it's kind of getting ugly only because there's so many questions in regards to where we're headed in. Oh, my water. It looks blue, ladies and gentlemen, but it's really a green bottle. I'm really going to have to stretch far to get that when I need
hand it to you.
But what I was about to say is it indicates that there are just any number of challenges and for 2025, and major corporations don't like challenges. They don't like the unknown. And right now, there's too much that's unknown about what's going to happen in the car business for 2025. How are EVs going to be impacted? How's the construction of EV charging stations?
Do you really think that's an unknown at this point? I think everyone knows it's not moving forward. And what they're realizing is 2025 is going to be a year of, oh crap, we pulled forward all these investments into those things that are no longer going to be relevant in 2025 or 26 or 27 or 28 or 29 or 30. And now they're realizing a lot of those losses. Ford lost $37,000 on every electric vehicle they sold last quarter.
Well, they should be thankful they didn't sell an extra million. They lost somewhere between 5 and 5.5 billion on their EV division.
And they're walking into this year. I mean, let's do it. We'd always do these live experiments on the show. Let's do it. Let's look at the Ford inventory situation right now. Let's go ahead and click on new cars right here.
Yes.
And we'll do Ford. There it is. Perfect. And we'll just do new. So we're looking at new Fords.
500,000 of them. There
does seem to be quite a few. Oh, whoops. I deselected new. There we go. It was defaulted to new for me because I clicked on new on the previous screen. $53,000 for a Ford Explorer. Okay, that seems, I can't believe I'm saying this, but maybe reasonable. Okay. $32,000 for a Ford Bronco Sport. That actually, that's below the average price for a new car right now.
And that's still been on the lot for 146 days.
146 days, however, to your point. The next row of vehicles, we did not queue this up and know what was going to happen. $102,000, $101,000, $96,000.
Yeah,
now,
but there are
Super
350s
Duties
and 250s. Yeah.
All right, so we still got more over 90, but these are your big pickup trucks. Let's see here. Okay, there's $94,000 on an F-150. There's $94,000.
But it's a Raptor.
But I think this is indicative of Ford's problem, Dad. This is the first page of results on a car search website.
Yes.
And I mean, more than half are over $90,000.
And your point?
My point is that it's partly an EV story. It's also partly a merchandising story. we've talked about this forever, the affordability issues. Well, the legacy automakers here in the United States are in for a day of reckoning.
Well,
They're struggling to sell these big, expensive vehicles.
but yet they had a great fourth quarter. They crushed it last year. They made buku bucks, more money than they thought they were going to make. Okay, what was it, 10 point some billion?
They made a lot of money.
Okay, now they're saying we don't think we're going to make anywhere near that in 2025. We've got issues. We've got issues that we have to deal with. We have the China issue. Their products aren't selling well in China.
Yep.
They've got other issues. The Lincoln Nautilus is made in China.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be impacted with the tariffs because that's made in China. So there's any number of things that are going to eat away at their profits for 2025. And they're admitting it now, which is highly unusual. We also know that they continue to have quality issues that result in a large number of recalls, so that their warranty expense and recall expense is significantly higher than what they would like it to be.
Speak of the devil, just went to the NHTSA website. Guess which circle or which section of the pie chart is Ford?
6.
There you go. Here's your recall leaderboard for 2025 so far.
Yeah.
Drum roll, please. Ford Motor Company.
Yeah.
Autocar. Who's Autocar?
I don't know.
Chrysler FCA, Honda, Forest River. See, there you go. Ford's already, to your point, around costs for warranty work. They're already in the pole position.
Yes.
For warranty work.
They are
for recall work.
What it indicates to me is they have set forth on a path to regain the position as number one in recalls for 2025. They lost that position last year to, I think, Stellantis.
Yep.
So they are destined and determined to win it back. They're the leader in the clubhouse the first week into February. Not bad.
Not bad.
They got issues.
I do want to pull up some more from the article. Before I do, I want to let everyone know that today, this Friday's show is very special. Justice, about 30 minutes into today's show, Justice, our head of customer experience and customer support, will be taking the reins of our show today and sharing with the CarEdge community, with a few special guests, all the incredible new things that our team has recently released. So can't wait. Stay tuned for that. We'll be going on at about 9:30 a.m. Pacific time, 12:30 p.m. here Eastern time. And we've got those profit numbers that you were talking about, Dad.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, and we have a sponsor today.
Oh, we do. Oh, that'll be my next. Okay, wait, we do. There was a 38% increase in profit at General Motors, Dad, year over year. However, that is projected to just increase 4.5% in 2025, falling more than 3%, and revenue is expected to fall 3%. So when you start to look at the forecast, things get really gloomy, and I think we're hitting on the majority of the issues. However, there is another one, which is incentive spending. All right, Mazda, for example, is actually coming out and finally saying, "Hey, we're going to spend less on incentives," which is interesting because Nissan right now has come out and said we're going to spend more.
We're going to spend more.
We know that this is impacting Ford as well, so I want to turn our attention there. But before I do, I want to thank the sponsor of today's show. And yes, I do have a script that I read at this point, although I've memorized it. While I'm reading this out, Dad, I want you to think about communicating to our community how passionate you are about your DeleteMe subscription, because data brokers are selling our information online. Here, do you want to try it? You try it.
No.
Come on,
you
try it.
No, you.
Yeah, try the
So
data brokers,
data brokers, they're selling all of our data online, and anyone, and I mean anyone, can buy it. Things like your phone number, your social security number, your home address, etc. They're all sold online, and they're available to marketers and scammers, all the people you don't want to have that information. Well, with DeleteMe, they help you take control of your data. Your data is your data, and that's just the way it should be. So DeleteMe removes your personal data from hundreds of data brokers on your behalf. Get started today. Get 20% off with the coupon code at CarEdge DeleteMe.com.
Join DeleteMe.
Join DeleteMe.com/CarEdge. Why do you put me on the spot like
I'm
that?
very good. We got the script right here, folks. That was good.
Yeah.
We use DeleteMe. We appreciate that they sponsor the show. It helps us make payroll. Well done, Pop.
Yes.
Well done.
Yes.
Give some props to Pops. Ratings to narrate. Honestly, you did great.
Yeah.
I could see you, and then when you do it, you rip it up.
Yeah.
Thumb it
Who
up.
needs this? You are. Everybody out there, sign up for Delete Me now.
All right, then,
Yes,
Dad, let's
yes.
have this conversation about what's going on.
We were having a
we
conversation.
were, and I had to throw an ad in there.
Yeah.
What's going on at Mazda?
It's
And do you think the same things are happening at Ford and General Motors to a degree?
No.
Okay.
And
let's hear it.
here, Mazda was hell bent on improving their market share in North America.
Yep.
For the past 2 years, and last year they sold over 424,000 new Mazdas.
They grew insanely.
Yes, they for the year they grew like well, thank you. They grew like, what was it, 13% or something like 17%. The first month of this year, January, they had another record. So they're growing, but it's costing them. They're paying to grow. Their average incentive spend per new vehicle sold is almost $3,250.
Which, if we were to pull up,
Well,
yeah.
but here's the thing about it. So you think to yourself, okay, $3,250. Industry average is like 34 or 36, something like that. So it's not that far below industry average, except their average MSRPs are considerably below the big players out there. I mean, first pay, okay, so there's going to be some that when you get into the CX-90s, CX-70s, you can get into the $50,000, $60,000 range, but for the most part,
starting with the 3s and 2s,
they do. And for them to be investing $3,250 per new car sold, that's a lot on a $30,000 car. So moving forward, they want to cut that back a little bit, and they have been cutting it back since July. It's still over 3,000, but it was higher earlier last summer. But they want to try and continue to grow their business, but do it judiciously with the amount of incentives that they use, and they're trying to lessen their dependence on incentives.
And we know incentives hit the bottom line, right? Nissan last year had a quarterly earnings statement, and in that statement,
Yes,
they lost 99, not 19, not 29, 99% of their operating profit, and they attributed that to increased incentive spending.
yes.
So if I am Ford and General Motors, if I'm a legacy automaker here in the United States, struggling to move the metal and providing a gloomy outlook for 2025, I do think part of that is the fact that they know that they maybe can't do what Mazda's doing right now. And you know what, Dad? Who knows how long Mazda can pull this off as well? Mazda might be saying out of one side of their mouth, okay, we're going to pull back on incentives. But you know what's going to happen the moment they stop selling as many cars? What are they going to do?
They're going to, well, we want to
grow market share.
Yeah, so maybe we need to, okay, we'll do another quarter of major incentives, and then another, and then another.
I hate to say it, but if you're trying to time the Mazda market, maybe sit out, in March, because the incentives are still really strong here in February. Go to CarEdge.com/best deals. We have that back on the slate. But March might be slow, but then I would be surprised if April's strong again because they have a bad March.
It depends what their commitment is to moving the metal, and once you start experiencing the type of growth that they're experiencing, if you see that slip in any way, you become nervous and jerky.
Totally, yeah.
And so you say, okay, maybe we shouldn't cut back right now. Maybe we shouldn't. Let's keep doing what we're doing. Let's get a stronger foothold in North America, because North America is their biggest market. Counts for a little more than 50% of their business.
Yep.
So maybe they will continue to buy business for the foreseeable future, because they're not going to want to give up any of that market share that they've gained.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, buying business. Now, Phil, on our team is going to be on with Justice in a little bit. I don't want to steal his thunder. However, I want to show you this, Dad, back on the CarEdge car search when you are using it. I just clicked on this 2025 Mazda CX-5. Now, when I'm on that vehicle's page, in addition to seeing the MSRP, the invoice, the target discount, which is the suggested dealer discount that you should get, we have safety ratings now. You can get the window sticker, a market analysis report, but scroll down here with me. In addition to the cost of ownership, what other car search has all this good stuff? In addition to the cost of ownership, in addition to the out-the-door price calculator, in addition to the monthly payment calculator, we now have manufacturer incentives and rebates as well. So you can see what's actually being offered by the manufacturer, in this case, Mazda, on these vehicles. And I'm pretty sure, Dad. 0.9% financing, that costs them a lot of money at Mazda when they're offering that.
It does.
Again, folks, this is a new feature back on the CarEdge.com car search. And Phil, sorry for stealing your thunder. It's pretty damn impressive what our team has produced.
You know, the way you stole Phil's thunder is the way data brokers steal your information.
We already did the promo for DeleteMe. Links in the top of the description. So do you expect that to see a little bit of whiplash here? And what I mean by whiplash is to see automakers do things, because we've seen, like Nissan, for example, there's whiplash going on at Nissan. Hey, we're being rescued by Honda. Okay, no, we're not. And we're actually reintroducing our aggressive stair-step dealer incentive program. That's whiplash. Are we going to see more whiplash with Mazda? Hey, we've grown market share significantly, but it's eating out our profits. So we're gonna pull back on incentives. Whiplash. That'll change in a month or two.
And Nissan now is going back and talking to the good friends at Foxconn again. And Foxconn is one of the world's largest cell phone producers. So perhaps the thought there will be, buy a Nissan, get a free iPhone. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think we'll see whiplash, man.
Because Foxconn, they do a lot of LCDs. They do a lot of phones. I'm not sure what that connection would be. We can just we are probably experience it's a slow death experience for Nissan. Is what we're going to be witnessing, I think, moving forward.
I think it's hyperbolic to say this, and it is probably, there's some truth to it. You're also watching a slow death at Ford and General Motors and Stellantis. These legacy automakers who are putting forward more grim earnings. It's not nearly as dire as the situation at Nissan. Maybe Stellantis a little bit. They still make globally bajillions of dollars, but I think we're seeing a whole reset of the automotive industry. And that's why I come back to my whiplash comment, because I do think timing the market to a degree is going to be really important in 2025.
I think I mentioned this the other day. Probably the one product that will have the biggest growth spurt because of what's going on in automobile is neck braces from that whiplash. Okay, because you're going to need something to hold your neck in place as all this nonsense is going on. It is.
If you'd like to sponsor the show, Zach at CarEdge.com. A neck pillow company. We're all ears. Or neck braces.
Nice neck brace. But anyway, I digress. But it really is going to be interesting to witness moving forward what's happening in automotive, because there are just so many unknowns in regards to tariffs, in regards to, well, you said it before, we know what's happening with EVs, at least here in this country, in regards to what EPA standards are going to be in place in the future. It's nobody knows. And the one thing big businesses hate is the unknown. They want to have a steady understanding of what the future should be, except in case of a war or something.
Let's take a moment then to reflect on the past to try and predict the future. We have two brands in Mazda and Nissan that compete at similar price points.
Yes,
I actually think if we were to analyze the data, they're pretty much spot on. They're both typically average transaction price and MSRPs below industry averages. Yes. They've also both have some more upmarket pushes that they've tried to do, the CX-90 and the Nissan Armada, for example.
Yes.
Mazda sales have grown significantly. Nissan's in a dire situation. Both are similar price. So what's driving that? Quality, maybe?
Yes.
quality of a Mazda, perception of a Mazda. So I think
Yes.
we do have some examples from the past of brand. Hyundai's another great example. Even Kia to a degree. Kia and Hyundai sales have skyrocketed.
Yes.
Right. So it's like, what's gone wrong at Nissan? Bad reputation, bad quality, perception of bad reputation and bad quality. Yeah, and here you go.
Bad choices. They made some
Mazda is
bad
way better
choices.
value than Nissan.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we're the cost of ownership guys and depreciation guys.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty clear when you analyze the numbers, a Mazda is going to hold its value better than a Nissan. So these are the things that have,
And historically, a Mazda will probably cost less and will probably last longer at this particular point in time than Nissan. There was a time that Nissan probably had the better public perception over Mazda, but they kind of flip-flopped.
They've certainly flip-flopped.
And
what's the public perception of Ford? Not good. What's the public perception of Stellantis? Not good. I think General Motors has the best public perception of the three, but still.
But in every case, it comes down to management. Okay, there were some bad management choices at Nissan over the years, and it has impacted their quality control. It has impacted the desirability of the product. Some of its design. They've gotten really ugly. It's like somebody at Nissan said, I think our design language is ugly. We're going with ugly.
We're going to switch gears here, but before we do, Dad, we need to jump to the chat. First and foremost, I want to welcome Steve on our team. Hello, everyone. It's nice meeting you all. I am on the CarEdge Concierge team. I hope I get to work with some of you soon. I want to remind everyone, Dad, back on CarEdge.com, we've got an incredible team of people just like Steve, who represent us for our car buying service. We offer an incredible car buying service. It's so fun. This number updates every single day. 1,737 happy drivers to date. Folks, go on Google, do the reviews, look at all the information, see what deals we've been able to secure for our community members right here. Awesome.
I know that we have 1,737 happy drivers. Let's be honest, how many unhappy ones do we have?
Thank you, Steve, for all that you do behind the scenes with our incredible,
there must be a handful,
incredible concierge team. We really appreciate it. Now, we've got from Dreadnought. Thank you, Dreadnought. Elon has all of my data already. What do I do now? Delete me, baby. Matthew says, thank you, Matthew. Sponsor must be Delete Me. Ray's still here. Thank God. We're not deleting Pops. We're not deleting Zach.
No.
And we've got from David earlier in the show saying, what happened to the 35% off MSRP projections we frequently were told had to happen? I remember when we were seeing all this stuff on YouTube and on social media about like massive MS. I remember coming on here and saying, I haven't heard that. I haven't seen that. If we verify it in some way, shape, or form, we'll talk about it.
And what we also heard when we heard that was that if it were to come to pass, it would come to pass in the second quarter of this year.
All right. So we still got some time.
Yeah. We know through good sources that North America is the executives in North America are having these conversations with the executives over in Europe, trying to get permission to be able to do this type of stuff, because they realize in order to move the needle, they need to do something extraordinary. Whether or not we ever see, I don't know.
Who knows?
But that was the scuttlebutt, and the scuttlebutt was that if it happens, it would happen in the second quarter. So if it were to happen, we would probably see it sometime in April.
All right. So stay tuned for that. Folks, we are 5 minutes away, about 6 minutes away from Justice and the CarEdge team taking over. You cannot leave when that team comes on. I'm going to be watching from behind the scenes. My dad will as well. It's a new Friday takeover every other Friday with Justice and the crew. And Dad, just stick here in the chat before our favorite segment of the show from Rich. Good to see you, Rich. Appreciate you being here. Read that Honda told Nissan to take a hike. Certainly seems that way.
Yeah, and they wanted to go further, but the Pathfinder wouldn't get them there.
Ooh, that was good. And then Steve, this is so fantastic. Thank you, Steve. I love my job and I love CarEdge. I've met some incredible people. I love CarEdge customers. They are amazing. Debbie Collins on our team is the best. She's amazing. Hi, Debbie. If I'm not mistaken, Debbie's going to be joining Justice here in just 5 minutes. But before the takeover from the CarEdge team, Dad,
Yes.
we've got to do our favorite segment of the show.
Really? You have got to be kidding me.
All right, this is the way they're going to do it, folks. This is the future of your car. This is in a Jeep vehicle. Purchase peace of mind. Flex Care Extended Care Premium plans are factory backed and offer you peace of mind in case of a mechanical breakdown. Press the call button to speak to a specialist. Odometer must be less than 36,000 miles to purchase. This thing keeps popping up on your brand new Jeep touchscreen. And this comes on the heels of Stellantis' push to have 20 billion euros in incremental annual revenues by 2030, driven by software-enabled vehicles. How you feeling about your software-enabled vehicle future?
Wow. I don't think I care for it. Here, I'm going to do an extra plug for DeleteMe. I think they need to figure out how to get that on those screens in the cars. Okay.
Can you believe your touchscreen is now going to upsell you an extended warranty?
Well, I didn't. Well, yeah, sure. Why not?
Dude, capitalism is a weird thing.
You don't get what you don't ask for. This is just another channel in which to ask for it. It's almost like when Ford was listening to your conversation, so they could tailor advertisements to you directly based on your phone calls and your conversations inside your car. There's a lot of things I could live without. And I think certain technologies might fall into that category of things that Ray could live without.
Certainly seems that way. All right, we've got another story. A friendly reminder that if you're going to drive your recently purchased used vehicle into a car dealership, you will get charges filed against you. Charges filed against a customer who crashed their Subaru Outback into a Utah dealership. You remember this video, Pops?
Yes, he was pissed.
He was pissed. You and Brandon over on the CarSense channel. There's a video somewhere on YouTube of my dad and Brandon on CarSense talking about this. I was crying from laughter. No one got hurt, so it's easier to laugh when no one got hurt. We have, Dad, felony property damage, misdemeanor reckless endangerment, and economic disruption charges. Ooh. Again, the story here was this gentleman purchased a used vehicle as is
for a limited amount of money because he only had a limited amount of money. Allegedly, the dealership said, hey, this vehicle's as is. We haven't really inspected it yet. There are going to be some issues with it, but it fits into your budget if that's the way you want to go. Sure, why not? Let's do that. Then you buy the damn thing for $4,000 or whatever it was, and lo and behold, it's got issues. Most $4,000 cars do.
Yeah.
And then you go back to the dealership and say, well, I want my money back. It's got issues. And they look at you and you go, well, we told you it had issues. You ain't getting your money back. And you go, and he goes, well, you don't give me my money back. I'm going to drive this damn thing right into your showroom. And he did. Okay.
Which for a little bit of it's like kind of like he's got some chutzpah.
Yeah, we've got a lot of.
I do not endorse charging your car into the dealer.
What he'll have a lot less of is time
and money for the
and
lawyer.
Money moving forward. Okay, so that $4,000 car is going to cost him, I don't know, probably 10 times that between legal fees and the cost of repairs to the dealerships and to the dealer, and who knows how much time he might have to spend in jail. So it is, I
do your research before you buy cars. Used car, get a pre-purchase inspection.
If you're going to buy, I'm going to make it real simple. If you're going to buy a $4,000 car from a dealership that told you we haven't inspected it yet, we just traded it, you're buying a piece of crap. You're buying problems. The reason somebody trades in a $4,000 car is because, well, it's pretty much used up and worn out. You know that when you're buying it. It is shame on you. I'm sorry. Yes, I used to work at dealerships. Yes, I know. We took advantage of customers. Oh, no, we didn't. We'd explain it to them. If all you have is $4,000, travel to North Carolina, find Brandon's lot, and go buy a car there. But if you're going to buy what a dealership was ready to wholesale, take to the auction to sell, They ain't doing anything to make it drivable or safety wise. So you know what you're buying.
All right, Pops, let's bring in some of our CarEdge team members. Again, folks, my dad and I started CarEdge.com in December of 2019. Over 5 years ago, we started working
God,
on
I was
this
so much younger.
business. Justice, give me a little thumbs up if you're good to go. I'll bring you in. Perfect. So I'm going to welcome Justice Lasley on our team. Justice, it's so good to see you. Can you hear us, A-OK? Whoopsies. Can you hear us, A-OK?
I can. Can you hear me?
Perfect. You're coming
Yes.
through loud
Perfect.
and clear.
Are you Hawaii? I'm assuming because I know things have been going well for you. And
Justin did recently get a promotion. Yeah.
And is that the Big Island or is that Aloha?
That's Waikiki Beach behind me.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay, perfect. It's so nice to know that we can help make dreams come true. That's what we do here at CarEdge.
We're actually going to hand off to Justice. So everyone, we're just going to be behind the scenes here, literally watching the same show. Justice, this is a new bi-weekly thing that you're going to be hosting, correct?
Yes. We will be having different guests bi-weekly come on and talk about all things CarEdge, help navigate stuff, and show off all the new great things going on.
Is this going to be from different locations every 2 weeks?
It depends on how much bonus Zach gives me every 2 weeks for doing this.
My hands are off the wheel. You're directing. Keep us in, take us out, bring in your guests. Justice, so glad to have you here. Thanks for doing this. Really appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Ray and Zach. And I would like to welcome Phil. Hello, Phil.
Hey, guys.
And Debbie here, who is part of our concierge team. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Or guy and gal, whichever it is. So glad to have you all here. So today we are going to talk about, I'm going to cover some of the stuff with customer success. I'm going to show you guys all a little bit about how to use your membership, because I know it can be confusing from time to time because Phil keeps changing everything. So we'll talk about that.
Oh, man, do we ever? But it's all for the good. It's great stuff.
Phil will talk about all the new stuff coming up, and then Debbie here. Hey, Debbie, Steve is in the comments, so I think you're going to have some stuff from about him today too. So let's dive in. If I can remember how to do, it's been so long since I have done this.
It's been a minute. Notice I have the piano today.
Yes, you do. I did see
reminiscent of the EV
of the electric show. Yeah. Yes, I see all your comments. Yeah, I'm glad you all understand the reference here. Let's see. Okay. Here we go. I figured I remembered how to do it. Sorry, it's been a while. So I'm going to go real quick. If you are a CarEdge Insights member and you're coming to CarEdge, how do you get to your membership stuff? We have amazing new stuff on our homepage. This is CarEdge.com. Phil will talk about a lot about this, so I'm not going to jump on his toes on that of it. I'm just going to show you all how to navigate to all of your Insights membership and how that goes in. So once you come here on CarEdge.com, we're just going to log in. You will log in with however you log in. I always log in with Google because I'm lazy and that's what I like to do. I don't want to have to enter my username and password. If you go up to your little logo up there, you can get into My Cars, which will take you into your garage. I personally have my Model 3 that we talk about in the chat almost every day because I love my car. You'll be able to click on that and you see your car estimate. My car is worth almost nothing. But I still have another 230,000 or so miles to go on it, so I'm okay with it. But you'll be able to see that. You will be able to see your favorite vehicles in here. And hey, look, it updated. So that's good, Phil. It updated. None of my favorites are still available, but in this case, that is a good thing that it updated and told me that. So I could just remove those somehow. How do I remove? Oh, uncheck the heart.
Yep.
Right? Yeah, there. So there you go. you go over to your car search, find all the information in here. As Zach said, when you click on amazing stuff, you get our market analysis report, you get a window sticker. I don't think the window sticker will be available for that one. Let's look at a different window sticker. That's a kind of an old car. So if we get in here, can I see this window sticker, Phil?
Yes.
Probably. Yeah, right. There we go.
There it is.
And Phil, remind me, do we have used window stickers?
You can get them.
So
Absolutely.
for certain model years, we don't have everything. I didn't click on that 2007 because we wouldn't have a window sticker going far back that far. But great stuff here on your page. You will see your target price, your target discount. Important thing to note on all of this, this is your discount from the dealer before incentives and rebates. So one question we get a lot is, how come the dealer selling price is less than your target discount? Well, the dealer selling price, which I don't know if that is the case in this one. Where's my history? 81,000. Okay, so it's not in this case. But sometimes that'll show lower because the dealer will stack all kinds of incentives on their advertised price. So we just need to check that out. But your target price here, your target discount, your market day supply, total for sale, last sold, all that is part of your membership right here, all in one page. You don't have to go to a bunch of different pages. It'll all be unlocked right here for you. You'll get to see your invoice price on new vehicles. No invoice price on a used vehicle, right? There's no invoice on a used vehicle. So, and then you click back into your CarEdge to get back to all your things. Your My Insights here. Hey, how come that didn't work?
See, it happens to everyone.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
so
Why is
happen.
that? Why is that?
It doesn't always happen to Zach.
No, I can tell you why it didn't work, but I'm sharing my screen, so I can't go fix it right now. But I can fix it. All right, hold on, guys. Phil, take over for a second while I fix this and can show everyone how it really works.
For sure. I can present here, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Let me stop presenting my screen so I can fix this.
Okay. Is it? I don't see it.
You got to put it on the screen there, Phil. Here, I'll do it. There you go.
Oh, it didn't give me an option. So.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Awesome. Okay. All right, guys. We've got some exciting stuff happening back at CarEdge from the product team. I want to give props to our team. We have a very talented crew. We've got Dan and Frank back on the product team, along with myself, who are managing getting all these products out and really doing it quickly, all for the benefit of all of our users coming to CarEdge to want to get all the information to be able to help them get a new car. Our design team, Dimitro and David, God, they make some great designs and really put us forward in the information that we're getting out there. And our dev team, amazing crew, right? They really work really hard and really get this stuff out quickly, and makes the experience so much better for everybody. I got a couple things to go over. One, which is really a great tool for those of you that love all the information that you get from CarEdge, but sometimes you find yourself on sites like these, right? I know we call them boo sites, right? But sometimes you do find them, and you do find yourself here searching for vehicles, but you're missing the valuable insights that you get from CarEdge. So we do have a extension that's going to be soon released. Currently, we're in the latter stages of what we call a beta stage. And this should be released sometime early next week. to be able to get into the hands of everybody out there. So basically, you get CarEdge in your pocket, right? So as you're looking at other vehicles across other sites, you'll be able to get valuable information, insights into the market data, target price range, what CarEdge believes that you should be targeting to pay for the vehicle, market data, where this car sits within the market, and in the price ranges. We let you know if it's a good deal, and we give you, hey, where does this sit, within the industry average. You get to see the window sticker from here. Safety ratings. Get to see some price history. This can also take you to see a full report, which I will show you here in a minute of what that looks like, because that in and of itself is very cool. And then also you can view this listing on CarEdge. So this is pretty cool stuff, and super helpful as you're researching vehicles across multiple platforms. So that is number one. I know you guys, you've heard Zach talk about, yeah.
Is this extension available in any browser, or is this a specific browser?
Thank you for bringing that up. It is Chrome only currently. Hopefully to extend that into other browsers as we continue to iterate and make it better. Report. I do want to talk about that a little bit. This will be out here very soon. This is another great avenue to get so much great information about the vehicle that you're looking at. And we do this in a way so that the user has the availability to see everything in one spot. This will evolve into what we are going to call an ultimate buyer's guide. And this is going to be able to show everything about the vehicle, incentives, guys, what qualifies for this vehicle. We even give you the opportunity to be able to select credit tiers and specific terms that you're looking for, and based on where you're located. So a plethora of information. Oh, and then comparable listings too. Lots of information to be able to show in here on the report. Again, iterating further, this will be very similar to an ultimate buyer's guide, which will be coming out very soon as well. I really cannot wait for that, and to be able to get that into all of our users' hands. You did go over the garage. I wanted to say one thing about this to everybody. What's going to be super cool coming in the near future is we're not only going to obviously show you projected value and where a car sits over time, but you'll be able to enter in loan information and be able to understand, okay, when is going to be the ideal time to potentially sell your car and maybe look to upgrade. So some awesome stuff to be able to look into the ownership part of your vehicle. Okay.
Yeah. Do you have anything to show that? Because I love that. I love the X graph.
I wasn't prepped for that.
Okay.
Justice.
Okay. Hey, next time we'll show that. We'll show that.
We're on limited time.
I know.
But
I love that one. I'd love to be able to pinpoint. Okay, you should sell your car right here. This is your value and trait. Yes, sir.
Get Dimitri on next week, 2 weeks from now. We should totally have Dimitri on the show. Put him on.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Because I love that. I think that's such a very powerful, cool thing that's coming. Very excited
it really
about all
is
the things
neat.
that are coming.
It really just kind of ties everything together, right? We're so in tune for what we can provide to users in terms of if they're in the research stage of looking to buy a vehicle, but also we're wanting to help people and focus on the cars that they currently own, and being able to keep track of values and understand maintenance schedules and all that too, right? So we're trying we're trying hard to make
Yeah.
sure users get exactly what they need. And I know you all know about Raybot, as it's known internally. I want to let you all know that coming here, probably it'll be in place on Monday, but Raybot's going to be iterating to be able to allow you to search and be able to access vehicle listings. So you'll be able to interact with the with Raybot, formerly known as CarEdge Advisor, when you're on the site. So you're looking for a particular vehicle in search of a vehicle. It will know and capture all the information regarding make, model, where you're located, and then be able to give you directly to the car search to be able to give you the listings that you're looking for. Really kind of make it a one-stop input there to be able to get you directly access to the vehicles that you're looking for.
And
I will say one more. Yeah.
Phil, that's meant to just be more so you can converse, right? Rather than having to go to the listings page yourself, you can converse with Raybot or CarEdge Advisor. Sorry.
Yes.
And just be able to tell it what you're looking for, and it'll be able to go there and show you the listings. Right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Very
exactly.
conversationally, which I think is great. I think that's neat. But I love
Yes.
AI. So
I like it too. We're really going to start doing a lot in it and doing a lot more research and be able to integrate it further to be able to help our users with it.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited with what it's going to bring. And I will say one last thing before I'm done. I know I went through a lot, guys. I went through really fast. I know that we're showing incentives and rebates for everyone. In the very near future, the next iteration here is going to be a more personalized approach to the incentives and rebates, meaning that if you have, let's say you're already a CarEdge member, you already have a car in your garage, the system should and will know that. So as you're looking at incentives on a new vehicle, it should be able to smartly know that you might qualify for loyalty, any conquest, and then just a few other questions to be able to interview about to be able to get you what you actually do qualify and what rebates are actually stackable and not. It's nice to be able to see all incentives available, but to take it one step further now, you'll be able to understand what you would specifically qualify for. So that's very helpful because, again, sometimes cars you'll have like 10, 15 different rebates and you don't really know which one actually works for you or what you would be qualified for, right?
Or if the dealer is advertising a bunch of stuff, you can check and double check on us and be able to say, hey, you know what? Actually, I wouldn't qualify for that one, so their price isn't accurate. Or,
yeah,
hey, I didn't know, so you can go through. Actually, I qualify for more rebates, and I will know too when I approach the dealer to be able to include those, which is fantastic.
100%. Yeah, so that was quite a bit to go over, but just a lot of cool stuff coming out, guys, and we're not stopping, right? We're not stopping in this quest to give everyone the best tools, best research tools, the best buying experience. More to come.
Thank you, Phil. And then I wanted to, before we jump in with Debbie real fast, I wanted to address a couple here. It's too complicated for you guys, the experts. How am I supposed to make it work? Yeah, that was here. This wasn't a problem that my account was set up with a legacy account because I've been here for a long time. So I didn't have the right account. And to that point, which is one point we get a lot, if there's a problem with your account, go into, reach out to CS. We have our phone number on the website. You can reach to help@caredge.com. You can email me directly, justice@caredge.com, but spell my name right. And we'll be happy to help you look at your account. So now that I am down here, I can see insights down here. that my account type, instead of where it said before, which was do it yourself. I know I'm now on the right account. And so I go into my insights now, and I can take my car quiz. I can do the search. I can go down here, run my, reports changing, right? This is going to be market. But right now you can still run a report. Can I still run a report, Phil, today?
You should be able to.
Okay. And then Black Book valuations. You also get access to all of our calculators, the scripts, how to approach a dealer, and then some of our best top articles here. All right here on your My Insights after you're logged in on your account. So everything in one place for everyone to see, which is great. We got to get David on as well, talking about all the design changes that he does. Maybe in 2 weeks I'll have Dimitro and David on. And we'll get to talk about web design and your thoughts and feelings and suggestions. I will say that one thing about all of this, everything Phil just showed, and all of this is us listening to all of your feedback, all the feedback from all of our members, what they want to see, what they don't like, what they love, what they would like. Search is going to get better. We're doing lots of things over there too. We don't have time to go through everything we're working on right now, but I assure everyone it's from all of your feedback. I've said it before in the past, and I will say it again here right now. I've never worked for a company that listens to feedback more than CarEdge does. And we're always iterating and working and trying to figure things out. And does it happen as fast as we want? No. I am not a back-end developer. So to me, I go, hey, can't we just fix this one thing? It should be done tomorrow, right? And then I get, yeah, we can fix it. It's going to take about 2 months to be able to get all the data and all the keys and all the, like, oh, okay. But that's just because that's not what I do. So I think everything should be done yesterday. So that is how you're using your CarEdge Insights account. You can always come to the chat on Insights and talk to any of the customer success team. We're always happy to help. You can email us, help@caredge.com. You can call us. We're available 9 to 9 Eastern to help anybody who comes through, including those who have questions about Concierge. But the most knowledgeable person I know about Concierge is Miss Debbie here.
Hello.
Who does an amazing job every day. She interacts with so many of our Concierge customers and talks to them. So Debbie, tell us about Concierge. What could people expect when they sign up?
So Concierge is basically for us to handle everything from start to finish for you guys. Anybody looking to buy a new or used vehicle or lease a new vehicle as well. So we take care of the negotiations, the back and forth with the dealership, helping source the vehicle for you, taking into account all of your preferences and what you're looking for, and really just doing all of the legwork for you so that you can sit back and, not have to do all of that. People don't enjoy the experience at the dealership most of the time. So we take care of all of that for you. And basically our goal is to either have the vehicle shipped to you and have all the paperwork signed remotely, or, you can go in as the last leg of the whole process, sign the paperwork and drive out in your new vehicle.
Great. So what should people expect? What should they prepare for? What should they do on their end? Who should sign up for Concierge?
Everybody should sign up for Concierge.
Everybody. So if I'm a really good negotiator, should I use Concierge still?
No, I mean, there are people that it probably won't be a good fit for that, once we kind of have a phone conversation with you, we'll be honest. And if we don't think that we're going to be a good fit and be able to help you because you're able to do all the negotiation on your own and you're comfortable doing that, then, we just say, thanks for trusting us. And here's all the other products that might be a better fit for you. But the people that are, have pretty bad anxiety about it and don't want to go into the dealership and don't want to even, step foot because they've had bad experiences before and they know kind of how all of that works, then yeah, that's going to be the best customer for us. We're not going to, find you the absolute lowest price, best deal in the country every single time. That's not our goal. Our goal is to make sure that you get a fair deal, that you don't get all of these add-ons, and that you're not being taken advantage of whenever you walk out of that dealership. So we help prepare you as best as we can for the ins and outs of it all. And, like I said, get you the most fair deal we possibly can for what you're looking for without you having to do all of the legwork. It saves a lot of time. And those are the people that we really want to work with, are the ones that, they just have anxiety about it. They're not comfortable doing it. They don't have the time to do it, and they would just rather trust somebody else to take care of the whole situation. The people that are looking for the absolute bottom dollar, rock bottom price, that are comfortable doing negotiations on their own and reaching out to dealerships, then they're probably going to have a little bit more success on their own doing that and taking the time to do so. Our goal is really to help the people that just cannot and do not want to do it on their own.
Yeah, we have insights for those who want to do it on their own, right? And if you just want to hit that target, you want to go out there and you want to get the rock bottom price. I say all the time, don't pay someone $1,000 to save you the most money.
Yep.
But if you want to save time, hassle, headache, you don't want to deal with the dealer, that's when we come to Concierge, right? And
Absolutely.
Can they never deal with the dealer if they come to Concierge, or will they still have to deal with them at some point?
You're still going to have to at some point. There are things that we can't and don't want to handle on our side. We don't want a lot of your personal information. So it is, there are times that it's easier for you to contact the dealership directly when we get to that point of putting down a deposit or providing credit card information or whatever it might be. Those are things that we don't want to handle. Driver's license, insurance, we can kind of be the middleman for some of that stuff. But then when it comes to financing and filling out credit applications and things like that, those are things that you would handle on your own, that we will help guide you through. We don't ever put you out there on your own. We're always with you every step of the way. But a lot of that extreme personal information and data, we don't want to hold on to that. So we'll just kind of walk you through what that looks like. And a lot of dealerships have all of that stuff available online that you can just go in and, fill out a credit application and get the process started. So it is really easy still.
Right.
And there are some dealers that, they'll get the paperwork together and they do need a signature. So they might overnight a package to you that you're able to sign everything and then mail it back. And, that does happen too. But we try to make it as easy as possible and use dealerships that, are being fair and honest and transparent up front, which is our goal with the service as well.
Cool. And then we have a question here from Igor. Can we help him get below MSRP on his Ferrari, the SP3? Is that
on some of the higher line vehicles, it might be better for you to deal directly with the dealership as well.
Oh, okay. Because I think Igor is very shy and
I'm sure,
probably doesn't want to go into the dealership.
Yeah, I'm sure that he does not.
Squab Bob asks, what about service later? Does Concierge check on dealer service? And I'm assuming this means prepaid maintenance, prepaid packages. Can we advise on that kind of thing? Because obviously we wouldn't be there, 2 years down the road for you.
Yeah,
but
we definitely do look into that. The thing is, dealerships don't necessarily sell bad products. They just try to sell them for more money than they're worth. So if you're interested in a prepaid maintenance plan, we absolutely can look into that. And we have people on the team that are familiar with, possibly some of the costs of what those things are and like fair prices to be shooting for whenever you get that initial quote, from the dealership. So those are definitely things that we assist with and kind of help guide and educate on as well.
And that goes for most of those products in the F&I office, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you're the extended warranty, what about gap insurance?
Same thing.
Will we help on the gap?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So anything that you as a buyer are interested in, we definitely can help guide and direct on pricing and charges that they might be trying to throw in there. If it's something you don't want, we also help, kind of guide you on how to say no to all of that stuff too.
Great. Well, can we say no ahead of time?
We can.
Will the concierge try to say no, we don't want this ahead of time if that's what our members want?
Yes, absolutely. So if we know for sure that you guys are not wanting anything when you get into the F&I office, We do our best to prep them on that as well, so that they're not wasting their time, or that they go through it as quickly as possible. Some of them, still go through the whole gamut, but we try to get them to do that as quickly as possible, with the understanding that you're not going to buy anything anyway.
Perfect. And then before we wrap up, I think you have a success story you want to share?
I've got a couple. So Steve, one of the concierges that's on here, one of them is his deal. So he worked with a lady named Shantae on a lightly used HRV deal. She was looking for black on black, and wanted it kind of in a certain price range. And I know Steve reached out to about 10 different dealerships trying to get this car for her. And a couple of times the dealerships played dealership tactics and sold the car out from under them, and they had to start all over. And they actually eventually came back to one of the first dealerships that they had found one that she might be interested in. And they were able to get about $1,200 off of that one when all was said and done. And the experience was great. The dealership was good to work with. They honored their deposit, took all of the steps that they needed to help make that a really good experience. That's a picture of her with her new HRV, or lightly used HRV right there. And then another one is a gentleman came in and basically was interested in any Lexus or Toyota product, is what it seemed like. He ended up getting a Lexus RX 350 used, certified with just a few miles on it. Ended up getting about $1,000 off the list price on that one. But the concierge was able to kind of help guide and direct him on what would be easier to find and what would be kind of a better match for what he was looking for. So our concierges are able to do that too. They're able to kind of help you kind of narrow down what you might be looking for if you're not 100% sure, and what steps to take to make sure that it's a successful transaction that you're going to be satisfied with whenever it's all said and done. It might be encouraging you to take some test drives before we really get started. It could be some other questions that you might have about, just different things. And they're always really patient and able to kind of work with those questions too, to help you as the buyer kind of narrow down some of your choices. Because obviously there are a lot of vehicles in the market to choose from, and you might not always know exactly which one you want, or exactly which one's going to be kind of the easiest one to find. So we're more than happy to help do that too.
And remind me, I know you said it, but how many dealerships did Steve go to find that CRV?
Oh, 10. There were at least 10 quotes that he had gotten for her, for sure. Yeah.
And then Igor says, we did a great job with my relative on the Subaru Crosstrek. Phil himself worked directly with that. So thank you to that.
I remember that deal too. It ended up being a good deal. It was good. I think we actually have used that same dealership again since, because they were so good to work with.
That is one thing we love to do. So people get somewhat confused. Sometimes we'll say, oh, we have a dealer partner. There's no kickback or anything on those. It's just sometimes we run across these great dealers and we're like, well, I'm going to go to you next time I need a Subaru, a Mazda, a Toyota. We do so many deals all the time. Of course, we're going to catalog who we think the really great dealers who deal with us very quickly and honestly and upfront are. So it's not that we push people into, there's no tie back to us. We don't get kickbacks from these dealers by any means. It just makes it easier when we know the great dealers that we can go to and save some hassle. So sometimes we'll have Steve go to 10 different dealerships. Sometimes Steve will go, oh, that Honda dealer really did us very well this time, so I'm going to go back to them. And you only have to go to one dealership, right? And that's the value of our service too, which is just that, we do so many deals. The concierge does so many deals. We talk to so many dealerships. I know even I can look at some and I can go, oh, I know not to go to that dealer. And then sometimes it's like, oh, I love those, let's go to that guy if it's in the area. That's what's great about the concierge service is we deal with so many deals at so many dealers all over the country all the time. We learn very quickly who are the good guys to go to get this process done very quickly, because most people want this done very quickly.
Yes.
Let's see. How can we submit a dealer recommendation? So that is, you can find that in the community, but it's also CarEdge.com/dealer dealer-review. And you can submit, please review dealers, good and bad. Please get those out there and let us know who's who, because maybe we haven't dealt with them yet, and we would like to know. I go in there and I look at them. I go, okay, who's done that? So please get in there. Yeah. So it's great. Well, thank you guys for being here. I know we're over our time. Phil, you got.
I just have one more thing to say about CarEdge Advisor and Raybot. We are continually iterating and wanting to make him better and more useful for everyone. Please go to CarEdge.com, check it out, use it. We have several ways to be able to give feedback on Raybot, on CarEdge Advisor. We have a way to actually, there will be a link to be able to submit survey on your experience. We'd love to know what your experience was, what you'd like to see, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? All of that. We want to be able to iterate on this and make this the best platform and best use of a tool like that. So please get in there, try it out. You can even email me directly at phil@caredge.com. Any feedback we can get is useful and helpful to continue to iterate it to make it the best.
Yes. So to that, I see a lot of questions we didn't get to answer in the chat here, as we're pressed for time, of course. But for feedback and to get those questions answered, go to our community, caredge.com/community. You can go to product feedback and let us know some of that stuff. Phil, maybe we'll put a post in there people can reply to get to the Raybot specific feedback in there. If you have things you would like to see us do in the future that we're not doing, we have our suggestion box. You can click on CarEdge updates and see what all we're working and just released. And then under community, you can go to ask the community, and all those questions we didn't get to in here, go to the community, ask them, and we'll try to get them all answered for you. I know Igor, who's in the chat here, is on community. I think he's there 26 hours a day. I never see Igor not in there answering everybody. And we'll be in there. So head over to the community and ask all your questions. We'll be more than happy to help answer all that. So thank you, Phil and Debbie, for being here in our first test of the customer success takeover.
Yes.
Much appreciated. If you all liked our segment, please give it a thumbs up. Say something in the comments so we know you want to see it again, and let us know what else you would like to see in the future on these takeovers.
And then we'll figure out who we're going to make come on the show and handle those topics for you.
Yes, I was able to manhandle Phil and Debbie. Let's be honest, Phil is not hard. Phil's a hand. It's easy to get Phil on.
I'll be on.
But we'll see who can get on and answer questions. And if you guys would like to see a show about maybe some deals, let us know, because we have some people who might be able to come on and explain OTD buyer's orders, or we have someone who might be able to explain leases in excruciating detail. So put them down there. Let us know what you want to see. And in the meantime, thank you, everybody. Much appreciated for being here. And we will see everybody in 2 weeks.
See everybody.
Hey.
Thanks for being here.